Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. So in auditing, we are discussing in depth lots of topics. Today we'll see procedure of audit, how to proceed. In fact, when auditor is wanted to commence his work, so before commencement of his work, he has some kind of ideas, how to proceed it, how to start it. Strictly speaking, there is no particular rules and regulations. There is no hard and fast rule for the procedure of auditing. They can follow as per their method. Every auditor will be having their own methodology of conducting this audit work. So they may follow few methods. So according to that they can go ahead, but it's not that no methods are there. They have their own ideas. So according to, in fact, when auditor learns his auditing work under some auditor when he was staff. So in those days only he learned all these things and implementing something, and the same procedure he'll be following and the same guidance he'll be giving to the audit staff members. So the procedure, what is the procedure? Simple in 3 points we can learn it. The first thing is that, so before going to that I must say that auditor is having staff. Auditor will not do any auditing work, he'll just guide. His staff will be checking up the transactions. His staff will be doing the auditing work, but not by himself. Who are these staff? That we say it as a auditor staff. 3 types of staff will be there. One is supervisors. Supervisors means he is directly connected with the auditor. Auditor, whatever he wanted to do, he'll be guiding everything to the supervisor. Under supervisor, you will find senior staff and junior staff. Senior staff means who have completed 1 or 2 years of auditing work. They are called as senior staff. Who have joined recently into the auditing work, they are called as junior staff. Junior staff below 1 year, above 1 year will be the senior staff, and above all these people, senior and junior staff, you will find supervisors. Junior staff, whenever they get any kind of doubt, senior staff is going to clarify. If senior staff gets any doubt, supervisor. If supervisor gets any doubts, then auditor. Sometimes senior staff also they can contact directly to the auditors, right? So this is about auditor staff. Now procedure, how to proceed this. 3 points as I told you. First point is use of special ticks. Auditing work generally whenever they do, checking up the transactions, each and every transaction, whenever they find any kind of mistakes or any kind of doubts or any kind of clarification is required either from the auditor or either from the client. In any of such cases, they use special tick marks. That is why use special tick marks. These tick marks will be in different colors and different symbols they can use it. For example, generally I am telling you. So sometimes people use this tick mark or this one or this or like this or this or what else, yeah, this one and this one, like different marks, tick marks, different tick marks. So it can be more than this also. Just simple, for example, I am saying every auditor is having their own tick marks and using this tick marks. So these tick marks, how do they use means generally for posting of the transactions means journal entries, and casting means totaling, and carry forward, amount is transferred from one account to another account, 1 year to another year. No? So that is carry forward, bank statement and vouching. For all these transactions they use the tick marks like this, and they use the tick mark, and they need to be very careful about this tick mark. One is no same tick mark. Suppose say for totaling, they have decided to use this tick mark for totaling. For another transaction like carry forward or vouching, this is not to be used. What they have decided for totaling only this tick mark. That is what I am saying. No same tick mark for the other transactions. Different transaction, different tick mark. For totaling decided this one. For carry forward this one. Okay. Trial balance this one. like they'll be deciding. That's what. And use different colors. Colors also different colors. Suppose say tick mark is same. This tick mark only using, different colors are using. Red color, green color, black color. And if you see the ledgers, transactions after auditing, you will find different kinds of tick marks, colors. So that is only known to the audit staff and auditor, not to anyone. Not to anyone. And remember this, no knowledge to the client. What they are using, why they are using, what is the meaning of that, that clue should not be given to the clients. If the clients will come to know that this tick mark is for something, then they'll do manipulations. That is the reason it is confidential between the auditor and the audit staff only, not to the others. So using a special tick marks, this is the first thing they have to remember. And how to proceed, what tick mark is to be used. So auditor will decide, he'll tell the audit staff members, then they'll proceed it accordingly. It will be easy for them to identify. And next one is routine checking. Routine checking means generally the auditor, when he starts his work, he'll be giving instructions to the audit staff, check routine transaction. These are all common, quite common. It appears a lot. Generally you can just go ahead while checking the transactions. This routine checking is going to be useful to the auditor and audit staff members. If they find any kind of difficulties, they can easily find out it at the root level only. They can identify it, they can rectify such kind of things, and they can bring it to the knowledge of the auditor in routine checking only. In routine checking, if they find any kind of lots of mistakes, then they need to be very careful. So what is routine checking means? In routine checking you will find costs, means totaling, and carry forward, calculations, ledgers, means how do they post the ledgers, and balancing ledgers, and trial balance. These are all generally we call it as a routine checking. Routine checking is definitely a very comfortable and easy way to start the auditing work. Then third method is that test checking, very important, test checking. Test checking is possible in those organizations where organization is having lakhs of transactions. It's a huge organization, the business is in crores, billions, trillions. Then in such organizations, it's highly impossible to check each and every transaction. Not possible. So what do? They'll go for, the auditor will go for the test checking. Test checking means they'll take some samples. That samples only they'll check it. Now this is the sample checking is very important, and selecting the sample is important. If the samples are good, everything is going smoothly. Samples they have chosen, they have checked it. Now there is no doubt at all, then it is good. They can just certify that everything is going smoothly. In test checking, if they find any kind of errors, if they find any kind of frauds, they need to be very careful. They may have to go for the depth checking also. Okay. So in test checking, what is important thing is that internal check and internal control must be strong. Test checking means we are not checking all the transactions. We are taking only the samples. But it is going to be successful. Test checking is going to be successful where a company is having internal check and internal control. These two are there and it is strong, effective. If these two are working well, then only test checking is going to be successful. What are this internal check, internal control? We will be discussing in the next class itself only in depth. So just stay tuned for this. And this is about internal check and internal control must be strong. Then only test checking is going to be work out. And important thing is that no idea to the client. Regarding this test checking, client should not have any kind of idea. Which transactions he is checking, how they are choosing the samples, how they are checking it. During this checking, is the audit staff got any kind of frauds, errors, all these things. A client should not have any information. He should not have any idea about this. Confidentially, the auditor and audit staff has to go for this test checking. Now, selecting sample is important here. How to select the sample? Two ways are there to select the sample. this test checking is going to be successful. It is going to give you the good results based on the selection of the sample. If sample selection is proper and as per the sample selection everything is going smoothly, good, no doubt at all. Now as per the samples taken, if they find any kind of differences, then still the sample selection is good. According to that we got mistakes, then we have to go in depth. So like this, based on the sample selection, the test checking is going to work out. There are two types of sample selection. Deciding the sample, how to select the sample, two ways. One is block method. Block method means period wise they'll check up the transactions. Period wise in the sense you can take block period of week or month on the basis of the index ledgers. Weekly 2 transactions, monthly, just I am giving you an idea. Weekly, suppose a 10 they have taken, 100 they have taken, and when it is in lakhs, better to take 100, na? In the same way, monthly will take so and so transactions, like this. That's called as a block method. Second method is that random selection method. In random selection method, randomly they pick up few transactions. It can be as per the idea of the auditor or the audit staff. Say for example, I'll take 1, 10, 20, 30, 40 random selection, or 5, 15, anything it can be, or otherwise 150, 100, 150 random, anything as per their idea. In January I'll take 5, February I'll take 5, like this also. Random selection. Any of these two methods are going to work out. Sample selection. Am I clear? Take a screenshot or note down. Important topic this is. Tomorrow if you become an auditor, or if you are going to work as an audit staff, this topic is going to be useful. In examination point of view also it is useful. By the way, did you check our playlist? Description box, playlist, everywhere it is given. Whatever may be your subject, somewhere our channel would be definitely helpful for you. This channel is for all the students who cannot pay the fee, who are unable to study from their college, staff is not teaching well, any of such cases. It is useful for everyone, free of cost. Please share these videos and stay connected, study throughout the semester, and before exam just revise it. Stay connected. Good luck.